Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today we're heading over to Vienna, and knowing your interest in sustainability, especially when it comes to the arts.
Definitely.
This one is right up your alley.
Looking forward to it.
We're going to be looking at a pretty ingenious new approach to costumes.
Oh, cool. What's the deal?
So, it all started with this news snippet I saw, right, about a new costume rental service in Vienna.
Okay.
But, and this is key, it's not just some little thing.
Right.
We're talking about Vienna's Department of Culture and Science.
Wow.
Theater, Verein, Wien, and, they run some of the biggest theaters there. They're involved.
Yeah.
And then you've got Art for Art.
Mm.
Like, these guys are known for their incredible costume design and creation work.
For sure. That's a power team right there. What's the story? What are they up to?
So this is what I thought was so cool. It's not just about, saving money on costumes.
Yeah.
It's really a part of their whole thing, Vienna's Cultural Strategy 2030.
That's amazing. This is what I love to see, right?
Yeah.
They've woven this commitment to environmental responsibility into their cultural identity.
I know.
Building on centuries of theatrical tradition, but with this very 21st century twist.
Right. And they're actually putting, real resources behind it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the key, right? This isn't just greenwashing. They're putting their money where their mouth is.
Totally. So get this. They're calling it Kostümfundes.
Kostümfundes.
Yeah, which basically translates to, costume fund.
Oh, I see.
But the idea, it's so simple, but brilliant. It's a shared platform, right? So independent artists, independent groups in Vienna, they can all rent costumes from this massive shared collection. And I'm just sitting here like, why didn't someone think of this sooner?
Right. It makes so much sense.
It does.
And think about it. Independent groups, they're often working with such limited budgets.
Totally.
This doesn't just make costumes more accessible. It drastically cuts down on waste.
Oh, for sure.
Instead of every single group hoarding costumes in some tiny storage space, they're sharing. They're reusing.
Love it.
It's a win-win
Mm-hmm.
for the artist, for the planet, and we need those wins.
Big time. And get this, they've actually found a way to kind of gamify the whole thing.
Okay, how so?
They have a voucher system.
I love a good voucher system.
So you donate costumes, you earn vouchers, then you use those vouchers to rent other costumes.
Mhm.
Talk about a closed loop.
Brilliant. It's the sharing economy in action, and it's so smart. Resource efficient, community driven. It just makes sense.
And it's so great to see that the people behind this are just as pumped about it as we are.
I bet.
Like Veronica Kopp-Hassler, she's the city councilor for culture there. She called this a major step toward resource-efficient cultural production.
Love it.
And Petra Huffinger over at Art for Art, she's very passionate about this whole idea of promoting the sharing economy.
Sure. And rightfully so.
She sees this as a way to just, ditch those wasteful practices that have become, sadly, so common.
Unfortunately, yes.
But they're doing more than just talking about it.
Oh.
They actually have this dedicated space for the Kostümfundes at Art for Art's facility. It's on Montlartstrasse.
Amazing. I can only imagine the energy in that space.
I know. All these creatives coming together.
Absolutely. And with over 400 potential participants already from all different parts of Vienna's art scene, this has the potential to be huge.
Oh, totally.
And not just for costume design, but for the way artists collaborate and share resources in general.
That's such a good point.
It's inspiring.
And it really could be a model, not just for other cities, but for other industries too. The possibilities really are endless.
Totally.
And you know what?
Wow.
It really makes you think.
Yeah.
What about in our own lives, this whole sharing economy approach, what other areas could this be applied to?
It's about opening up our minds to new ways of doing things.
Right. What about work? What about our local communities? There's so much potential.
I love it. Vienna, you're setting the bar high.
They really are. So as we wrap up this deep dive today, that's something I want you all to think about.
Yes.
What could you do in your life, in your work, in your community to be more like Vienna?
Big question.
Until next time, keep asking questions and keep diving deep.
See you next time.